Hello, guys. Welcome, 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 my beautiful people. I hope you're having a wonderful day like I am. It has been a blessed day. Yes, I'll tell you about it later on, but we're going to get started. So let me put you up there. I'm going to go a little bit higher. There we go. Yes. So how was your day? How did you enjoy your weekend? Tell me about it in the chat. Tonight we will be having our Saturday night live with yours truly, Posha Malcolm. And as usual, we are going to say, guys, we are going to say our ritual. I am the embodiment of beauty, of strength. Yes, beauty, wisdom, and I embrace all that I am. Let's go again. So I am the embodiment of strength, wisdom, beauty, beauty, wisdom, and I embrace all that I am. Let's go again. We have to get it right. I am the embodiment of strength, beauty, and wisdom, and I embrace all that I am. Remember that you're beautiful, you are smart, you are kind, and you are a child of God. So, welcome, Posha Nation. Welcome to our Saturday Night Live, and we're streaming from Canada. If it's your first time, welcome to a place where your story matters, your joy is welcome, and your presence is a blessing. I'm trying to hide my board because a lot of things are going over there. Yes. So if you're returning, you already know I love and appreciate you. Welcome, one and all. Bring your positive vibes and let's connect. I have joining me, Katie Peter. Good evening. I learned of your channel from Cece. Thank you so much, Cece. Thank you so much, Katie Peter. Welcome. My first time here. And we appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for commenting in the chat. I appreciate that. So we meet at 8 p.m. every Saturday night at this time, Eastern time. And I just want to extend a warm welcome to you, Katie Peter. I need to put you in my book. So, because I'm trying to keep a record of persons so that I can always refer back, and I will visit your channel if you have a channel. Okay, so today is September the 13th, 2025, and joining is Katie Peter. Okay, referred by CC, first time. Wonderful. And last week we had Chris, and we also had From the Farm. I'm just looking back for my notes for Saturday night. We had Chris Cuss, Country Life, yes. And we had Chris Shipan, yes. And both of them were new, commenting on the channel. So thank you very much, KT Peter. I appreciate it. Welcome, 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 welcome. So let me just, let me just let you know that every Saturday night we would, express our gratitude as what is one thing that we are thankful for. And for me, we had 6 persons giving their lives to the Lord today. So in the afternoon, after lunch, we went back into the temple and in the church, and we were able to celebrate, persons demonstrating that they have surrendered their lives to Jesus Christ. And that is a wonderful thing. So we're going to celebrate. We're going to celebrate, you know, um, KT Pitta. This is, me. This is just authentic me. So I hope you appreciate me and, the positive vibes that I bring on a Saturday night. Okay? All right, so we're going to celebrate. Let's see if we can. All right, thank you. Katie Peter says, thank you for making me feel so welcome anytime. It's my pleasure. So I'm going to look for my favorite song and we're going to, celebrate. This is my celebration. But so we're going to celebrate that we have Katie Peter and also the 6 persons. And we are also going to celebrate, which is one thing I'm appreciative of, that my church sister, Sister Sandra, oh my gosh, she gave me a donation towards my channel. And I just want to say thanks a million. I appreciate your comments. I appreciate your suggestions. And I appreciate your contribution. And so we're going to celebrate all of these things in a moment. Just looking for that celebration video so that we can celebrate together. All right. So almost there. Okay, I think this is it.
This little thing helped me more than my last therapy session. It's called Candy, a lifelike plush toy design.
Okay. There we go. It makes it better. We're gonna celebrate. We're so thankful to the Lord God Almighty that we can celebrate, we can give thanks. He has brought us to another untried week, and here we are together that we can celebrate 6 lives. We can also celebrate KT Peter joining for the first time, and big up to CC. Yes, Saturday night live is not usually Saturday night, unless CC come on. So hopefully she will come on. And also Sister Sandra, as I said, she's very supportive of the channel, and I appreciate that so much. Well, I think there was one birthday celebrant, but I'm not remembering who that birthday celebrant is. Usually I would write it down on my board, but I don't remember who it is. But last week we had 3 birthday celebrants, And I know there's one this week, but I'm not remembering who the person is. So if you have celebrated a birthday this week, please put it in the chat so we can celebrate with you. And remember, it's 1 month worth of celebration that you should normally do. So I just want to say, may this new year bring you all peace, strength, and beautiful surprises. Wishing you love, laughter, and abundant blessings from the Posha family. Yes, and usually I would put in the chat last week's Saturday Night Live. I didn't get to do that this week. And we have one and only Venus, Siri, Auntie Portia. I am sorry that I missed it. And we have CC, Bobby 2 1, CC 1 2 3 4, Bobby 2. Hi, Portia. Um, keep on forgetting that word. GTSY, KT, welcome. One and only Venus, say hi, sis. Welcome, welcome, one and only Venus. Welcome, Bobby, too. I appreciate. I was just telling Katie Peters that, I'm gonna call it Katie if that's okay. Katie. I was saying to her that, or to him or her, not sure, that to Katie that if CC, Bobby too, don't come on a Saturday night. I tell you that is not the usual Saturday night. So thank you, Bobby too, for joining. And we have Katie saying hello and good evening, one and only Venus giving some hearts. Thank you so much. Peace, love, sunshine. Hi, Posha. How you doing? Peace and love, love, love. Yes, I want to say continue peace, love, sunshine. I like the videos that you're putting out, telling the story behind the nature and all of that. And I will always continue to encourage you to write that book. Write that book. Yes, you're a good writer. You're a good storyteller. It don't have to happen all at once, just a page at a time, right? You can do a little storybook because they are so interesting. The stories that you create from those videos, I appreciate them. And I have one and only Venus giving a emoji, one and only Venus giving a tree and a and a stump. And Katie, be kind, it's free. Yes. Wonderful. One and only Venus giving some Jamaican flag. I tell her the chat is looking beautiful. And I want to say thank you so much. And so I just didn't get to pray. So I'm just going to give a short prayer. Eternal Heavenly Father, we bless your name and we thank you for spared lives. And so as we start this meeting, this live, I pray, dear God, that you may continue to bless my commenters, bless my viewers, bless my subscribers, bless my members, bless all who come on this channel tonight and even after. And so, God, turn up in their homes and do for them what they cannot do for themselves. Father, we just want to magnify and glorify your name for the 6 souls that demonstrated their surrender to Jesus Christ today. And Father, we ask for you to take charge of tonight and that we will continue to be encouraged and inspired to go through another untried week. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. All right. One and only Venus says 1717. All right. 1717 is Wednesday. I think that's the calendar. Peace, love, sunshine say a lot of people need to follow what I've been saying for years now, but it's so hard for some to be kind. I tell you, not everybody, especially growing up, know about it. Today I met a very interesting lady, and I'm going to go for my phone and let you know her first name. I was practicing her name, but I'm hoping that I'll pronounce it correctly. But she said to just say Ozzy, right? But her full name is Ozioma. Ozioma. I hope I get it. But it's a beautiful name and it does have a meaning behind it. Good news. And her father's last name, have a significance, and both of them just meld together. It's like complete a sentence, and that's so beautiful. And her father is Nigerian, and her mother is Jamaican. And I tell you, she is a wonderful lady. I met her and her husband, and they had their sons, and her sister and other family members were there. And she went into some history and how she was brought up, and also how she met her husband. And we sat at the table because we had lunch at church, and we sat at the table and we talked. And there was another little boy that was sitting across from us with his grandmother. I even, that's her name. Yes, I remember it. And that little young man was so independent. He actually fed himself. He didn't even want to put on, nothing over to protect him. He was just feeding. When the soup was so hot, he would wait for it to cool, and he would be, blowing it and all of that. And we just admired his independence. And he was so small. He was he was 2 years old to be exact. So we have Katie saying GTSY to CC, and we have Adi64 plant-based skincare blessings to you too. And I look at this even, sitting around the table, all of us, and enjoying each other company and talking about, them sharing their story, how they met. Guys, it's a beautiful one. She was in her 20s. And I tell you, maybe I'm going to tell that story or have her tell us that story one day, because she said she will speak, with me another time. So that is something we can look out for. But I'm going to tell you a little thing that happened. So, um, our national dish in Jamaica is ackee and saltfish. Ackee is like this little pod that has, I don't know, I know my sister knows ackee. So if you know ackee, Jamaican ackee, you can just put it in the chat. You can just give me a thumbs up or put a food emoji. And she said that she cooked. So ackee is actually a little pod like a fruit, but it has three things in the pod, three sections in the pod, and each of them have a seed at the end of the pod. If it's open, you're good. But if you pry it open and not open freely, it can poison you, right? So I just give you the backdrop to ackee. So this young man visiting her mother for the first time, because she was living with her mother, and she dated with him for 5 years. Now he was going to, I think, one year or 6 months after they started to communicate, he decided that he's living in America. So he drove to Canada to look for her, and she cooked. And she cooked ackee and saltfish. Can I tell you, ackee and saltfish tastes good. And she cooked it with food, which is like yam, banana, dumpling, dasheen, and pumpkin, those, staple food. Yes. Katie said, my weakness is fried sweet plantains. Yes, I love that. I don't know if you know the banana chips, Katie, but I think I have one in my bag. Hold on. This one, this one is great. So sweet plantain. I don't know if this is the one you're referring to, but the plantain that we will normally, instead of doing the chips, we would get the actual plantain. I have one in the kitchen. We get the actual plantain and would, cut it and fry the sweet one. Yes. Or when it's turned, yes. And you flatten it and, you fry it and all of that. So good one. That one is good. Or, if you boil it, it tastes so good as well. So boiled plantains. Now, getting back to the story, he came and she placed the food in front of him. Katie says, I've never had it in a bag. I will need to try that. I'm Italian. All right. So I like everything fresh. Yes, everything fresh is always the best, right? But if you can't get it fresh, this is a snack for us in Jamaica, the sweet plantain. So they we have another one, JP brand. They are actually from my parish, and they have a banana plantation. So that's our main banana chips place, right? And they do everything, cassava and all of that. Now, my friend, she placed the food in front of her husband to be. And she explained that it's ackee and saltfish, and he was like going to eat individually. So he would eat the ackee, and he would eat the banana and all of that by itself, right? No. She explained to him about it like I just explained to you. And guess what he said to her? You taste it first. You eat it first before I eat it. I come first before you eat it first. So she, well, I had to get up at that time, but I believe that she probably have eaten it and showed him. But we'll get the full story of that when we have that interview with her. A very interesting lady. And I appreciate talking with her today. And I just want to big her up on this live as well. God, we have to be kind, as the Peace, Love, Sunshine says, and it doesn't cost us anything at all. We meet persons and we associate with persons, and I'm meeting Katie for the first time, and I embraced her. We learn from each other. Um, last week, Bobby too and TJ talked about the saint, a new saint. No, I learned that this new saint that the Catholic Church is um, canonizing, that's the right word, is a young man that had leukemia and he passed away. But he used to do so much for the church in terms of social media, influencer, and stuff like that. And because he was so actively involved, that they have made him a saint, right? So we learn from each other as we go along on this channel, and we grow together. So I just wanted to, you know, say all of that. That is true, that Peace, Love, Sunshine saying it doesn't cost us anything at all to be kind and to be nice to each other. All right, so thank you very much for being a part of the Posha family. I appreciate it. And as usual, we always big up our members. And so I just want to give a shout out to Bobby too. And I'm going to put all of them in the chat. Bobby 2, CC1234. Check out our babies. They are adorable. And they were out this week getting their ride and enjoying the scenery and the songs. Sometimes I don't even know where Bobby Two gets the songs, but they're just so nice and fitting. And I appreciate it. It's one of my go-to places. I can tell you that. That peace and that smile, and yes, it warms my heart. And then we have a D64 plant-based skincare. As you know, that's my husband, and we make products like these. This is our hand and body moisturizer. It's really nice, gentle on the skin. Here we go. Yes. And it goes within the skin and nourishes the skin. We'll be at the National Women's Show on November the 21st to the 23rd. And we hope that if you are I think something is on my list. All right. If you are in Toronto, or if you want to make a trip, for that time, you can let me know. I know for hotels, they do have something if you're coming to the show that you can use to refer, and you may get a discount probably at, selected hotels that cater for the show. But it's a good opportunity that if you want to visit Canada, that you can, come to the National Women's Show, because it's like the biggest um, event that showcase, products and women getting together. Not women alone, men come there as well. But the female, we are the real shoppers when it comes to cosmetics and all of those things. But a lot of different types of vendors will be there. I know they have health section, they have culinary section. They have so many areas that sometimes you have to take 2 days to walk out every area that you really want to see. You want to walk it out than to just quickly pass through, because it's large. 1 or 2 day would be good. So I'm inviting anyone living in Toronto or near Toronto, or if you want to use it as an opportunity to know Canada, you can come. So Katie says networking can be fun and meet great people. It is a place that you can network. And I always say just walk with your business card. Anytime you go to events or so, walk with your business card. You meet somebody, that connection, so you may not be able to um, take the person number. Just give them your business card or give them your card. It doesn't have to be anything much. You can even just put your email, your name and your email, and that's it. That's a card. They can, or you can do like what Ozzy did. She had the card or business card digitally. You can do it like that, which I started the process once, but I didn't complete it. But I'm really thinking about doing it like that as well. And then we have Bobby Two saying, absolutely, yes. So, it's an opportunity, and I look and see how things can benefit my subscribers, my members, my viewers, and I encourage you in that way. Sister Sandra, she always encourages me, and she gives me suggestions. And tonight, she has given me, monetary value to say, this is for your channel. I want to contribute, to it. I appreciate that. I really do. So I said, big up, Sister Sandra. I appreciate all that you do. And Bobby too, I tell you, I will always continue to appreciate you for your support in every way. All right, so yeah, I'm going to highlight Retire Beard. So, Retire Beard, if you want to reviews, if you want to learn about unicorns, yes. And if you want to go by the river to fish, yes. I was watching Peace, Love, Sunshine video today, and she was going to the river, and the first person to join her live was Retired Beard. So please check out Retired Beard. He is a wonderful young man, and I appreciate him being a part of my membership. So I have a KT, and that's my members. So if you feel like joining, I'm going to give you the link. You can join by clicking on this link. And I've always promised that I have things, but it's all about the system, the computer system, and also the time. I'm now trying to finish up Jamaica Unfolded. I'm hoping this week I can clear up because we have winter coming, and I wanted to, not winter, but fall. Who is looking forward to fall? And I have a little bucket list, and I'm hoping that, next week, the 20th, I think fall starts the 23rd or the 20th. Should be the 20th, I think. But whichever date it is, you know, getting to show you how fall is here in Canada. So I want to finish up Unfolded, so hopefully I can get to do that. So big up again to my members, Bobby 2, click on the link, Adiz 64, plant-based skincare, click on that link, and Retire Beard, click on the link. And they all have something of value. And Bobby 2 say, I am. Yes, thank you so much. I have Katie saying, making a QR code for you is easy and free. Just a suggestion. Yes, I hope I did not overstep. No, I know Adiz has a QR code, and I had signed up for one, but where I signed up for it, it expired. So I have to create a new one. But QR code is one of the ways to go quick and fast. You use your phone, over it, and it will pull it up, and you good and fast. So I'll think about that and see how best I can do it. Yes. Thank you so much so far for being here and for your support. And as usual, all those of you who always join my live, I appreciate you. It's a sacrifice because there are so many other channels that you could have tuned into, but you have chosen to spend some time with me. I know you may not spend all the time, but I appreciate any amount of time that you spend. Bobby Two says, hey, Posha, I did my first live today. No way. God, you're good, bad. Cece, I must confess. I must confess the Spirit put it in me. I must confess. I said, God, I'm hoping that Bobby too can go live one of these days. Today I was saying that to God. I'm hoping that Bobby too can go live today. I know you're telling me this. So basically, God is saying she's live today. Because the desire has been there. But today I was saying it to God that, it went pretty good. Wonderful. I'm going to check it out. I'm going to check it out. Yes. Give some heart. That's amazing. That's big celebration. And we are going to celebrate, guys. I tell you, we have to celebrate because Cece has never done that before. And it's her first time, and we have to celebrate it. All right, so I'm going to put on the music again, and we're going to celebrate. All right. Thank you so much, Katie. I really appreciate that. Oh my gosh. So we are going to celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Thank you so much for being a member. Guys, that is wonderful. I'm gonna check it out, Cece. I'm gonna check it out. That's wonderful. Thank you so much for doing that. You know, God hears us. God really hears us. And as Peace of Sunshine says, it does pay to be kind. And it's huge and large and big, that statement. And so that is one of our takeaways tonight. I'm out of breath. Yes. And we have, okay, a lot of emojis. Yes. Katie says, I couldn't resist with all of her kindness and that smile and laughter. All right, I'm blushing. And Bobby too say, I love this dance. Bobby too says, I'm glad you came in, KT. It's so good to have you here. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you so much, Katie, again for becoming a member. I appreciate it. This week, I promise, Lord, help me to live up to this promise that I'm going to post some stuff in our membership. In our membership, you're going to see videos, you're going to see pictures. Yes, because I've been trying to sort myself out properly. So I'm getting there. I'm actually using September to sort out things. And I see progress in some areas. If you look, I've become more consistent with my Black history, and I'm putting out more videos on my long form. So I'm getting there. So this week, I have some stuff for you. And KT says, thank you so much, ladies. I appreciate you again for becoming a member. I prayed about it. I said, God, I want persons to join my membership. And this day, now God has answered me. So I say God answered two things. God answered that, but God, more importantly, that Bobby too has done a live. Because I remember saying it to God. I said, God, please let Bobby too do a live. And please post some more videos, just like you did with the other one on your long form, because it's actually the long form that they use to get, that they use to build up your time. Yes. So try put a little bit more, like 3 minutes, 4 minutes and stuff like that on your long form. Katie says sometimes God's answering machine is a little slow, but he always gets the message. He does. Somebody said that any type of prayer you pray, he hears. Anyone, he hears. None of them no go unheard. All of them, bad, good, and indifferent, whatever he hears. But he's only going to do what okay, Bobby too says, I will. Yes, he's going to do what he sees best. And I've also learned that even in our worst of situation, there's a good that is to come out of it. It may not, and I'm adding, it may not be for your generation, but it may be for the next generation to come. So we have to make sure we, as Peace, Love, Sunshine says, to be loving and to be kind. And please let us check out each other's channel and grow each other's channel. All right. So we have Katie, do you have a channel? Let me click and see if I can go to channel. Let me see if I can go to your channel if you have one. Yes, you have been putting out videos too. All right, so I'll check out your channel. I will definitely check out your channel. All right, so please check out Katie Peters' channel. Also, check out Adi 64 Plant Based Skincare, One and Only Venus, Peace, Love, and Peace, Love, Sunshine. And if anyone else comes on, comment, we can check out their channel if they have a channel as well. You know, it's a beautiful thing when we support each other. I've always been a team player, I've always been a supporter, you know, anywhere I go, and it does help. So Katie says, "Oh, thank you. That's so very kind, but you don't have to do that." Yes, we check out each other. We support each other. All right? Yes. Yes, so I'll check out your videos for sure and support you. Yes. All right. So to this even, what I have something light. Nothing heavy at all, because I wanted more communication. Last week I enjoyed that, you know. So I wanted more of that this week where we could just talk, you know. So I just have little um, this and that so that we can engage. So we are doing this and that. We have two options, and you can drop in the chat using words or emojis. Let's see what the family thinks. All right. So I have all of them here that we're going to do. Yes. So we have movies. Guys, I got these two movies. This one is called Marshall. It's one of my Black history. I was in the library and I saw it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I know this. So this black man, he went to court and he actually won. So that's Marshall. And then this was a little outer character. I just like it, like a boss. So I wanted to check it out. And at first, the beginning, it was a bit rough with the language. But you know, there was something that kept me want to see the ending, what really took place. And Angela and I, we watched it, and it, you know, we got some valuable lessons from it. And so I appreciated watching it because there were so many things to learn from it. So is it movies or is it religious books? This is to me one of, other than the Bible, one of the greatest book ever written. And it's actually written by a lady called Ellen G. White. Some say she's a prophet, but for her, she was always a servant of the Lord. And so she has wrote many books, but this one in particular, I will cherish. This belongs to somebody, and I've been looking for him to give it back to him. So maybe if he comes across this video, you can reach out to me at info.poshamalcolm@gmail.com. You can reach out to me or leave a comment on my channel. But this one in particular, the person was supposed to come to Jamaica. He goes all over. The one who actually not wrote it, but he has pictures and stuff in there. Let me see if I find, oops. It's like one in a million. There are different types of the Great Controversy, but this one has the literal places. So he goes to the literal places that are mentioned and take pictures of them. He was supposed to go to Jamaica, I think, to talk, but he didn't get to. One and only Venus, say nice. So as it says, it's an illustrator. So he literally takes the pictures that are there, or what he has taken, and compile this to with the writings of Ellen G. White. So it's really powerful. And as I said, I got it from a young man, and I've been looking for him, and I hope that I'll able to find him and give it back to him. So she has written a lot of books, but why this one is powerful, because one day she and her husband, they were traveling by train after they went to this place to minister. They were traveling by, they're from the US. So they were traveling by train to go back to their home. And she had a dream, and it was about this, what was written in this book. And she said it to her husband while they were traveling, because where she was, she dreamt. And while she was traveling, she was telling her husband what God had showed to her. And she said, on that train, what sitting beside them was an unseen eye. An unseen eye, meaning there was a presence, but they couldn't see, but there was a presence there. And she took sick before she could reach her home. They had to stop at someone in a, like say a town, they pass through different towns. They had to stop at a friend's house. And I think she was there for a few weeks or months. I don't remember how long. And guess what? She nearly died, because that unseen eye did not want her to publish what she had seen, what God had revealed to her. So this is one of the most powerful books I've ever come across other than the Bible. Very powerful. So if you have ever seen one, and usually you can find them in bookstores, if you have ever seen one, get a copy and read. And I'm sure you're going to understand the mystery of a lot of things from it. So we have movies or religious books. Which one do you prefer? So do you love to watch movies, or do you love to read? Which one is it? Do you love to watch movies, or do you love to read? I've watched them and I've read it. And I'm going to tell you which one I like. Do you love to watch movies, or do you love to read? Which one is it? You can put it in the chat. So you can put, you can, it's hard to choose sometimes. I know. But you can choose one. So this is just a representation of a book. And this is a representation of movies, watching movies. Do you like to read, or do you like to watch movies? So for me, I can tell you that I used to love watching movies, especially love movies. Oh yes, there's one about letters. Letters. Oh my gosh, this guy, he just kept writing, right? He had to go to war, something like that, and he wrote letters. I love both. I love both too. But I think I love reading more. There's just something about reading, but both of them carry your minds, let you travel, let you think, let you, experience what is there. One, you can literally see it playing out, while the other, you have to really imagine, you know and I like books. I love to hold them. I used to sleep with my Bible or any book I'm reading. Yeah, I love books. Okay, Katie says books, movies. Yes, and don't we always go to the movies, or we have movies at home? So movies has been something that has been very captivating for us, you know. So it's to learn something, people prefer watch a movie to learn about it than to just take up a book. Books can be boring, right? It just but it's who, what you are like or what you prefer. I like both, but I think I like books more because I can literally hold them. I can put them down when I feel like taking a break and all of that. Movies, you have to watch it from start to finish, right? So this carry you and teach you a wide area of subjects. So I like books. Yes. All right. So we passed that one. I just wanted, to have us talking and expressing and also to literally see things, right? And then the next one I have is this one. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah. All right. So the next one we have this or that. Do you prefer beach, beach, or do you prefer mountains? Do you prefer beach or do you prefer mountains? Mountains. Mountains. Like she's going up a mountain, right? And this person is relaxing on the beach overlooking the ocean. And this is the ocean from a distance. Yeah, do you prefer beach or do you prefer mountain? Katie says, with movies, I tend to comprehend more to get the full picture of the story. Yes. So we have different forms of learning. Some persons learn, you know, um, different differently. Some persons like to touch and feel, like I love to do that with books, while another person love to see visual, right? And so you have different learning types, and the persons, it seems as though you are visual, right? But that's good, because if we all did it the same way, it would be, life would be boring, right? So sorry I got behind. Okay, I hope you're catching up right now with beach or mountain. Is it beach or mountain? you know um Beach, you can go there, put your foot in the water, and you can run along the beach, or you can go and take a swim. Katie says mountain. Mountain, you can hike, you can overlook, a large landscape and see the forestry and all of that, get a lot of fresh air. Or do you like the sea breeze? And we have Katie saying, is live off the land. It's live off the land. Yes. So going up into the mountain, you're literally on land by the beach, going into the water, you're off land. But do you know that the earth, we are seeing, like, when you see an iceberg, the deeper part is underneath the water. That's exactly how earth is. What you see above, you know, what you see above, the land, the greenery, and all of that is just a little tips of what is actually down there. Bobby Two says, definitely love looking at the beach, but I'm a land girl. For me, oh my gosh. Anyone else? One and only Venus. Anyone else? Peace, love, sunshine. If you're still here, what is yours? Do you prefer mountain? I know Peace, love, sunshine. She likes to go by water. She also like the mountain because she would go in and look at the plants and all of that. So maybe that's two, passion, two things. Katie says she's only saying that because she wants to show off her beautiful nail polish. So that would be going to the beach. Yes, but if you can, and persons, their bathing suit is stylish. Back then, They used to have bathing suit that looks like a dress. I used to love those. I had one of those and I used to love it. I don't even know what happened to it. Up until this day, I can still remember it. Black, blue and white. Yes, and it, covers those little areas. Bobby too is smiling. Let me tell you something. Oh, I started to wear bathing suit because I used to wear shorts to go to the beach and to go and a blouse. So now I was at university and the pool is just right across from my dorm. And every time I hearing them making noise over there, splashing in the water and all, so I say, more go to the pool and learn. But there was this man that wasn't so nice, and then there was another guy that was very nice. And so I went over there the day, I said, today is the day. And I went over there and I asked the man, the one that was not so nice, but he was one of them in charge. And I asked him if I can, use the pool. He said that I have to get a bathing. That I mean, I'm shorts, I have to get a bathing suit. I'm like, oh my gosh, bathing suit. So I'm not used to that. I know nothing about that. Mommy to say your bathing suit in Jamaica was beautiful. Thank you very much. But I don't think I would wear it, in public's eye. Yeah. Until this day, I have that little part of me, guys. Yeah, that little part of me. And so when he said that, I was so disappointed. Katie says bathing suits can be evil. They can reveal a lot. But I'm always timid when it comes to stuff like that. Even with Andela and myself, we went to Ochi once and early in the morning, and I would not, people not on the road, and I would not walk a certain way on the road, to go to the beach, So, it's just a little thing about me from ever since, right? So, but when the girls done, wear it, me look. Yeah, we look. So when he said that, I was disappointed. And the other guy, the nice one, said to me, get a bathing suit, and told me where to go. And when I went there, I saw that blue and white bathing suit and it had a little skirt. It was one full thing, but it had that part that comes over, and I wore it. And I have wore that bathing suit, that one bathing suit, every time I'm going to the pool. Yes, so that was how I came to wearing bathing suit. And I've had probably about 3 or 4 in my life, probably about 3 bathing suits in my life. Yeah. So I like water in a sense, but not to go far out. Kind of, So nowadays, I rarely go to the beach. I've not been to the beach since that last time. Before that, it was like 2 years before. Yeah. So I would say I probably prefer mountain and hiking and stuff like that than the beach. But Andel, he loves the water. Who here loves the water? So we have Bobby too saying that she likes both. Yes. And Katie says she likes the mountain. I tell you, I think probably the mountain. But I like to go to the beach just to hear the water and to touch it as well. There's a something smoothing and really something relaxing about it, and to hear the ocean and the sound and all of that is really relaxing. But this person relaxing up here is getting Oh, the cool breeze. Right up there. All right, so we're going to move on to the next this or that. Thank you so much for participating so far. So we have Katie saying, "Oh, I do love the beach also. I just don't like when I can't see my feet. You never know when something will sneak up on you, and that is my fear, that you don't know what's under there." And I always say I prefer flying than being underwater, because you see everything around and you drop out of the sky. But when you're underwater, you don't know what's going to pull you down, and you don't know what's down there, because down there is like land. There are so many corners, so many crevices, and all sort of stuff. Down there is actually land. It's just our part out of the water that we dwell upon. Just yesterday, I think it was last night, there was a couple who they had a storm and they got lost at sea, and they lived on their boat for 25 years, right? When the ship found them, it was all tattered, old. But the most amazing thing, they were still alive and they had their health. They had plants, and it was like, they make it a home underwater. I don't know how they do it, but you could see them in their tattered, boat, and they had tomatoes growing and all of that. And the man said that the ocean has everything. You just have to wait patiently for it to come. So they found a way to, and I knew that you could do that. So the salt water, they put sand in a bottle and let it drip into another bottle. So the sand particle breaks and take out the saltiness from the water, and then they may do it another time, and filtering until. So Katie say, I swim with the stingrays in the Cayman Islands once and it was beautiful. Wow, you're brave, sir. You're brave, because I'm not doing it. Stingrays. That the stingray killed one of this. I think he is one of he loves animals. He goes all around the world looking at animals and all of that. I don't remember his name, but he got stung by a stingray. Yeah. Bobby too says that's so cool. That's too cool. It is cool. It's amazing that you get that opportunity. Oh my gosh. But I don't know if I'll do it. So you're super brave. But that's beautiful. I think they are gentle, but if they feel like any other creature, if they feel offended or feel threatened, that they will, you know, react. But whoa, you're brave, bad. Kudos to you for doing that. That's beautiful. Did you take pictures? KT says it was instinct Ray City in the Cayman Islands and they are used to the humans. So I hope you got a lot of pictures with that. A lot of pictures. Yes. I was in the Cayman Islands and I got kissed by a dolphin. Yes, we went to this dolphin sanctuary, and actually with some children. I was volunteering at this basic school, and we went to this place, and the dolphin come up and give me a kiss on the jaw. That was amazing. So it's amazing that you got. Yes, it was in just one pic. Oh my gosh. I hope you cherish that picture. So please email that picture to yourself so that you will always have it. Yes, that's beautiful. And what colors were they? Because I know some stingrays, they have purple on them. I've seen purple polka dots. Yes. So did they have any colors. Did you see any iguanas? Let me know if you saw any iguanas. They were purple and gray. Yes, yes. Cayman is known to have a lot of those kind of attractions. Did you get to see any iguana? Because iguana is a lot in the Cayman, but they also have the blue iguana. Yes, iguanas, they're on the old stop, they're all, and I think Florida also. I've seen iguanas in Florida. Yeah. So you can let me know, Katie, if you have seen any iguana while you were there in um, Cayman, the beautiful island of Cayman. All right. We're going to move on to the next one. All right. We're almost done. Here we go. Do you like do you like plants? Do you like plants? Katie said no, but I was invited to a session and that was fun. Session mean you dance, because in Jamaica when we say session, we are talking we go to the dance. Mhm. So session, when we say me I go a session, that means I'm going to the dance to have fun, to dance and to enjoy myself. Yes. So let me know if it's session, dancing session. So we have plants in here. Sometimes looking at the plants is so beautiful. Yeah. Here is one. So you have plants. Do you love plants like these, or just plants in general? Oh, here's a nice one. Oh, this is a bedroom one. Do you love plants? Yes. Ah! All right. So, do you love plants? So, Katie says, dance. I see her having dance. Yes. So, I think probably that was put on by a Jamaican. If it says session, that must be a Jamaican session. Because only Jamaicans I know do sessions. Or do you like essential oils? Grapefruit essential oil. This one is what? Roman caramel. Yes, that's a nice one, especially tea. And this is, I don't know that one. Spruce. Spruce. I don't know that one. Does it have another name? Black spruce. But it says sweet. Most evergreen oils. Okay, that seems essential oils. Katie says essential oils. And this one is winter green. Yes. So do you like plants or do you like essential oils? Do you like plants or essential oils? For me, I like plants. Yes, I like essential oils as well, as you can see, right? But I like plants being around. So Bobby too says plants, and that looks like a cactus. No, it's not a. It's not one. It looks like. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. It looks like one of these plants or another type. No, it doesn't look like one of these one in the book. But yes, plants are really nice to have around the home. Most of them that we use around the home, they help to get rid of any pollution that is in the environment. Do you know that trees hold toxins and bad gases and stuff like that inside them? So when you cut them down, it's like you're releasing all of that. You're releasing all of that back into the environment. So trees are so powerful. But then when you think about essential oils, the aroma, oh my gosh, I love lavender. That's one of my favorites. Yes, photosynthesis. That's the process. So it absorbs, you know, a lot of bad gases and, things that we breathe out, and that's in the environment. So it's good to have trees around. And when we have our cities, it's good to plant trees around. Yes, they bring oxygen. Katie says they do. In Mississauga, where I'm living, they have buildings, a lot of buildings, but they do have a lot of trees. They have a lot of walking tracks, some tracks that you can walk and you can ride your bicycle and stuff like that, so that you can keep healthy, and you have trees around that you can that can give you relaxation looking at them, especially now we really need it in winter. Yes, what's your favorite oil? Katie's for me. What's yours, Katie? What's yours, Bobby too? For me, it is lavender. There's a something that is aromatic with lavender. Yes, I love lavender. I think it's this one on it, lavender. But I've also um smelled cedar wood. Yes, that's a another unusual. It's an unusual smell, but I like it. Yes, cedar wood is nice. Yes, Bobby too says lavender is lovely. Yes, so both I would say is good, but plants does so much for us. And they say with lavender, you can just put a little on your pillow if you're having difficulty sleeping. It will help. And Katie says tea tree and lavender. Yes. You can't go if you have to make a decision when it comes to essential oils and you can't, decide, just choose lavender. In this one, they have, let me tell you some of the ones that they have. They have clove and cypress, eucalyptus. Eucalyptus is good. And ladies, you see that tea tree, you see that eucalyptus, and which one? Peppermint. Yes, good, especially for women. Fennel, they have frankincense, and you see frankincense and myrrh. I tell you something that happened to me the other day. I had like a burn on my lip because I love tea. So I think the burn from the tea burned my tongue, and I was like, it was kind of uncomfortable. Katie says eucalyptus for my allergies. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah, that's interesting to know. All right. I look into that for allergies, but I know it's good for women. It's and the peppermint, right? Woman. So I said I got the uncomfortableness on my tongue. So I know that probably I had some hot tea, which we're not supposed to. It's supposed to be, a little bit hot, but not hot. And so I was reading, I took up my, oh, it's not here. I took up my hymnal, a book that we sing from. And when I took it up, at the back, we have some readings. And that's where it opened on. And the Spirit said, read that. I never wanted to read that. And I decided, okay, I'm going to read it. And when I was reading, it says that last word, look into it. And I started to look into it. I looked up what are the benefits of that. It was actually myrrh. So it ended with frankincense and myrrh. It was talking about Jesus when he was a baby, and the wise men came and gave him um, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. And God was telling me to look into myrrh. And I started to look up what are the benefits of myrrh. And when I looked it up, it says that it's good for you know, the tongue, if you have any sore or anything on the tongue or any sore anywhere, myrrh is good for it. And I'm like, what? Remember, I had that little thing on my tongue. I think I burnt my tongue with some tea. And so I went to the place that sells, natural stuff, herbs and stuff like that. And I actually went there, it was actually God divine because I never remember anything about it. RJ in the house. Hi, Posha. Welcome, RJ. That young man is a 15-year-old young man that has become a saint. Yes. Hi, CC1234. RJ says. Hi, RJ. Bobby 2 says. Yes. So he's 15 years old. And, I just wanted to follow up with RJ with that and already talk with Bobby too about it. So yes, I know who the person is that has become a saint um, on the 7th of September 2025. All right, so I was talking about myrrh. So when I checked out, the benefits, I realized that it's good for what I was experiencing. And I went on the road, not remembering anything about it, sometime about a day after. And the Spirit said, remember the myrrh. And I just went into the place. I got a small portion. It's small like this and it's dark. This is actually frankincense. So I said to the lady, how do I use this? And she said, probably you can make some tea. And I said to God, how do you want, when I reached home with it, how do you want me to do it? So Katie says, hello, RJ. All right. I said, how do you want me to use this? And he said, wet it and apply it to your tongue. And guys, I wet it. RJ says at Katie Peter, hi. All right. So RJ, you can check out her channel as well. She has a channel. So I wet it and I applied it to my tongue. And guys, by the following day, because I took it in the night, by the following day, I started to feel more, my tongue felt like it was healing. And then I took it that morning. And by the evening to the following day, it was like I never had any sore tongue or anything going on there. Just like that. So we were actually studying about Proverbs and talking about instructions. And so when God said to do the myrrh, he was instructing me. And that was what happened. He led me to the recipe, to the solution in curing that sore tongue that I had from having hot tea. So guys, don't have hot tea. But if you do, you know where the remedy is. RJ says frankincense and myrrh are the gifts the wise men gave Jesus when he was a baby. And so because of that, he can instruct us how to use myrrh because he has gotten it as gift when he was a child and has learned how to use it. Thank you so much for wrapping that part up, RJ. This evening we have been doing, and I give you a heart. I give you a heart for all of you for being here and participating as well. So we are at this and that. We are doing this and that. And now we're at fiction or non-fiction books. So I have these. These are fiction. Who knows any of these? Who knows any of these? So this one is Jane Eyre, and this one is Grace Livingston Hill. Matched pearls. Matched pearls. RJ says I don't. So they are novels. And I've had this one for such a long time. I think I had it from high school. So this place was getting rid of their um what do you call it, novels, and they gave the school. That's high school days. And so I think I chose this one. It was the only one. Well, there were several times I went because you borrow and you return and all of that. But I think it's this one that I had. Or no, it wasn't high school I got it. But I got it somewhere. And but in high school, we got some books. And I actually use it to learn how to write stories, for studying for exam. And I learned how to write stories from reading novels. But it's not something that I usually do after that. I prefer the real thing, right? In terms of reading nonfiction. So Jane Eyre now is a movie. It's from a it's this is the where they got the movie from, right? So Jane Eyre, Charlotte, wrote by Charlotte Bronte. Yeah, I think that's it. Yes. Yes. So Jane Eyre is actually a movie, but this is a book that they wrote it from. But I love the movie. I love the movie, guys. I love movies. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. I love the movie. I've watched it several times. Yes, Darcy. I've read Charlotte Bronte in high school. You see? Bobby too says, and Katie says, if I had a toonie, I would tip you. Thank you so much. I tell you, Jane Eyre is one of my favorite movies that I've ever watched. I used to watch it over and over. And like music, I do that too. I keep listening, listening, listening. And Bobby too, whenever I go to your videos, I watch them more than once. I tell you, those little babies, they are so adorable to look at. So Jane Eyre is a novel, so they are non-fictions. And Matching Pearls is about this girl. Um, her family want to give her the pearl that is in their generation. So Katie says, I used to be a very big reader. Yes, that's nice. That's nice. I hope you don't stop because they say that reading helps you to prevent Alzheimer and to have your memory. So continue reading. I know you may not read as much as you used to, but continue reading. RJ says, growing up reading the Narnia books by C.S. Lewis. And that is where I learned about that lion that died but was risen. And then I learned that it was of, Jesus Christ raising from the dead. So Bobby too says, those are great, RJ. And RJ says, Aslan. Yes, the lion, Aslan. Yes, that was that when I watched it, it was the movie I watched. When I watched it, I thought it was so beautiful. Never expected him to come back alive. But when he woke up and then, when you look at it, it's the purity of the heart that he had, the purity of the heart. And I said, God, help me to have purity of heart. So I try not to have bad mind. I try not to hate. I try not to, those things. Mm-mm. I try to have purity of heart because if he didn't have that, he wouldn't have been risen. Yes, sin would have been found in him. And so we strive by the grace of God to live a pure life so that, we can be alive again like Aslan. So RJ says, Bobby 2, CC 1, 2, 3, 4. I love the movies, especially the fighting scenes. I love that little part. And CC says, my kids love those RJ. All right. I think my nieces, I've seen her with the books, right? Narnia. I've seen her and they're thick. RJ says, Jesus said, blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. So it's something that we have to, by the grace of God, practice to have that. Not that things not going to come in your mind. Yes, the enemy or, the world, things happening, bad things, because bad things are happening and will continue to happen. But when situation meet us, we have to surrender it and we have to ask God to help us to have that purity of mind. Oh, yeah, the Narnia movies were popular in the 2000s. Yes, RJ. Yeah, but that one where Aslan, died, and I tell you, sometimes I always say whenever I watch movies to gain lessons. Sometimes we may not experience those things and get the lessons from them, but other people's experience can help us to have those experiences, those lessons, to gain those lessons. We don't have to experience everything to get the lessons. Others go before us can share with us those lessons that will help us. It's just for us to hear and listen and obey. Because if you disregard those lessons and you go and do your thing, you may not recover, right? So Bobby Two says, I need to rewatch them. I can't hardly remember TYRJ. Yes, sometimes it's good to refresh our memories, you know. And so I may watch Jane Eyre. But this one, Match Pearls, is about this young lady who wanted to get the pearls that was in her bloodline from her grandmother, from her mother to her grandmother. So her mother was to hand it over. But guess what? The mother wanted her to get married to somebody that she didn't want. And the mother said, that's the only way you're going to get the pearls, if you get married to this guy. And she decided that she don't want to get married to that guy, but she want the pearls, you know. So it's a story. It's a good one. These two books. So you see, I have them. Yes, and this one is tattered. Very old, guys. Really old, really old. But this one not so old. All right. So do you love, and RJ say, anytime, do you love fiction or non-fiction? So this one, I got it at this store that persons donate and they'll sell it for a small cost. This one is $2.99. And I saw it and I said, I've always seen it, but I've in the bookstore, but I've never read it. And so I bought it for the $2.99. And this is Rich Dad, Poor Dad, nonfiction. So Bobby Tool likes nonfiction. Yes. And this is nonfiction. It's about, this guy who went to his friend house and his friend's dad was rich. And he taught him some valuable lessons. And he has carried those and published this book from it. So it's an interesting book as well. So anyone else, do you love fiction or non-fiction? Fiction or non-fiction? Fiction or non-fiction? Fiction or non-fiction? RJ says, I'm a mix of both. All right. Fiction or non-fiction? Non-fiction, fiction. Anyone else? Anyone else? Anyone else? All right. For me, I like non-fiction. I've always liked non-fiction. books. Yes, nonfiction is where you get to get the real thing, the real juice, and you get to, you learn things from it. Anything I read, I try to, or anything I watched or so, even just experiences in order to get lessons from. But with nonfiction, you get stories from people who have had the knowledge or been through or something like that. Yes. Bobby to say I love true crime the most. I love those too. I love, do you know it? Rosemary and Thyme? They're English based investigative persons. So they do a gardening, and then you hear that somebody died where they are or in the town that they are doing the gardening. They are private gardeners, and so they would try to solve the crime. Yes, I love those two women. I've watched off all of their series. No, I will check it out though. Let me see if I find it. Rosemary and Thyme. Rosemary and Thyme. Yes, British television series. All right. So I'm just going to put it in the chat. We're just going to click on a link. Yes, that one, Rosemary and Thyme. And then Katie says, Agatha Christie was great years ago. Agatha Christie. Agatha Christie. Okay. I'm going to check her out. The Body in the Library. Okay, guys. Yes, I like investigative. I like to solve things. Sometimes Andel and I will be watching. We only watch movies, I must say. But anytime we are watching a movie, I can tell you how it's going to end. That's why when he's talking, I said, baby, shh, I want to hear this. Because the parts that doesn't seem interesting sometimes hold the key. So the moment you get distracted, you lose, and to find out who really was the killer, right? And I'm always 90% or 99% of the time I'm correct who did the killing or how the story went. So I love that. RJ says I love fiction in the sense that I love magical worlds and be creative, but I love to read what really happened. Let me tell you, you're a historian, so I know you love that as well. But yes, you also love that magical world. Those are a part of the mystery at times. Oh my gosh, Agatha Christie, I don't know her, so I'm going to check her out. But you usually have like Matlock. Which other ones they had? When I was growing up. There's a Canadian one. Since I've been here, I've come across him, this cute man. Yes, and there are so many others, but I remember Matlock, and there's another lady, oh, like Agatha. Yes, that is good in solving crimes. But this one is new to me. I've never seen her before. So I'm going to check her out. And there's this young girl who her father used to do investigative work, but now he died and she took over the business. But the police don't want to give her the police always giving her a warm time. So I'm going to write that one down, Agatha Christie. And also John Grisham. Grisham. Okay. So Katie says John Grisham, hope I pronounced that correctly, is great. He wrote a lot of books. All right, Bobby too. Absolutely, Katie. All right. Katie is which one? Okay, Katie. Yes, yes, yes. So I'm going to look on those two persons. So I have Agatha and I have John. Yeah, I'm going to check them out. And Bobby to say, RJ, did you like Harry Potter? All right. Is that the new Harry Potter movie that is out? Yeah. I have watched Harry Potter before, and there's this big guy in it. Yeah, I think he was the one that I like out of everybody in the movie. That guy, that big guy, he was nice. Yes, Katie says OOHP. Not sure what that means. I'm slow when it comes to jargons. Yes. But guys, I'm not going to keep you up any longer. It was wonderful. It was Haggard. Yes, that man. He's so nice. I liked him. Yes, I think out of all of them, I liked him. Yes, really big but nice fellow. RJ says, CC, yeah, it's great. All right, so that's the latest movie. I've learned so much. One and only Venus says, nice. So, RJ, there's something I forgot to share with you. So, before I go, remember the Roa concert that we had at church? Those persons were actually from the US. There was one lady that I recognized from our church that actually sing in their group, but they're from the US. So that was, you are right when you said that if they were from the US, they were from the US. So I was to share that a long time ago, but I just keep on forgetting. So I stand corrected with that. Wow, I was right. Yes, you are right. And so with many things, you're right. So I just want to go through my chat again and to, you know, RJ says they had a deep American gospel voice. Oh, I thought you actually saw them before. Well, yes, they're from the US. And you see all of them wearing sneakers. Americans love to wear sneakers. Yes. Well, here too, a lot of persons wear a lot of sneakers. All right. So I just want to say thanks, Katie, Peter, for joining tonight's live and for commenting. The first person to comment in the chat. And also, one and only Venus joined us with the family. So, hi, Mikhail. Hope you had a good time tonight. And we had Risana. I don't know if my dad was there tonight, but big up yourself, Daddy, if you are there. And see, I have my water. I've been trying to remember to drink water. My dad said, when you talk a lot, you should drink a lot of water. So I'm trying to do that. And we have Bobby 2, CC1234 in the house. And we appreciate you so much, CC. You have been a big supporter of mine. And we had Peace, Love, Sunshine. Yes, the storyteller. Yes, we also had AD64 plant-based skincare. And remember, you can always check out Adis at this website, adis64.com. There we go. And we also had joining us RJ. Thank you so much for being on as well tonight. We appreciate you joining. And let me see, we have Babatou saying, thank you, Posha. Great time as always. And thank you as well. And one and only Venus says, Daddy is here. Big up yourself, Daddy. See, I have water. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. RJ says it's always fun to be here. I appreciate it all. And I do want to wish you all a wonderful week. Remember to write down, guys. Remember, we said we're writing down where we want to go. So, Saturday night, September the 6th, 2025, Portia to visit Ethiopia. So, make sure you have it close by you and look at it, because destiny will make it happen by the grace of God. All right. And Bobby to say, have a wonderful night, everyone. Have a wonderful night. I'm wishing you a wonderful week, a productive one, and a peaceful one. May God continue to shine his face upon you and give you peace. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. RJ says, God bless everyone. God bless everyone. Thank you for joining. Love you. Take care until next Saturday night. Bye bye. Bye bye.